Making headlines, President reaffirms the Maldives' deeply rooted support for Palestine. Maldives highlights the urgency of tackling water scarcity and climate change. And Governor Munawar announces plans to draft an Islamic banking law next year.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News. I'm Aisha Tashkil with the news this hour. President Dr. Mohamed Moise reaffirms the Maldives' deeply rooted support for Palestine. In a post on his official X account marking the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people, the president underscored the nation's continued commitment to Palestinian rights and sovereignty. He highlighted the generational injustice faced by Palestinians, noting their continued endurance against violence, dispossession, displacement, and oppression. Taking a firm stance, the president strongly condemned Israel's acts of genocide and systematic breaches of multiple international laws, stating that such actions carried out with impunity threatened not only Palestinian lives but undermined the entire international legal system. The president's statement extended beyond condemnation, stressing the urgent need for global intervention to protect Palestinian rights and hold Israel accountable, as well as outlining clear policy demands: an immediate end to occupation, a halt to arms sales to Israel, and to hold Israel accountable for war crimes. Turning to humanitarian support, he also voiced strong support for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA, which has served Palestinian refugees for over 75 years, and highlighted that the Maldives has consistently envisioned a sovereign Palestinian state based on pre-1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. The president underlined the continuity of the Maldives' historical commitment to the cause, describing it as a deeply rooted position shared amongst Maldivians. He characterized the Palestinian struggle as fundamentally intertwined with Maldivian values, stating that for every Maldivian, Palestine's struggle is our own. This position, communicated through both formal diplomatic channels and social media, aligns with the country's long-held foreign policy principles. The message, also shared on the president's official X account, further reinforces Palestinian rights and sovereignty as central to the nation's foreign policy priorities. In related coverage, Al Jazeera English reported on President Dr. Moise's call for unified international action, quoting him as urging the global community to join together and use its collective strength in demanding an end to Israel's illegal occupation of Palestinian territory. Maldives highlights urgency of tackling water scarcity and climate change at UNESCO's third high-level global dialogue on small island developing states, SIDS. Speaking on behalf of the Maldives, Minister of State for Climate Change, Environment and Energy, Ali Faris Yusuf, delivered a statement highlighting the unique challenges faced by small island nations. The high-level meeting served as a platform to discuss sustainable development and the future of SIDS in the context of escalating environmental threats. In his address, the minister underscored the urgency of protecting water resources and combating climate change, issues particularly pertinent to nations like the Maldives. He expressed his satisfaction at being part of an international dialogue dedicated to these pressing topics, emphasizing the value of collaborative efforts. Maldives also shared its own experiences and strategies for tackling these challenges, fostering opportunities for enhanced cooperation among participating nations. It is hoped that the discussion will contribute to stronger, sustainable development initiatives for small island nations globally. Governor of Central Bank MMA, Ahmad Munawar, says drafting an Islamic banking law is a top priority for MMA next year. Speaking on MMTV's Bodo Khabar, Munawar revealed plans to draft a dedicated Islamic banking law next year aimed at providing the legal framework necessary to strengthen the sector. Islamic banking is currently the fastest growing financial product in the Maldives, but the absence of a comprehensive legal structure has limited its potential. He identified Islamic banking as a key area for development with the potential to position Maldives as a regional hub for Sharia-compliant financial services. Munawar also emphasized that expanding Islamic banking would empower the local financial sector, allowing it to benefit more directly from the country's economic success, particularly in tourism. The Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy holds a consultative meeting to review fundings from a World Bank-funded study. The study aims to transform the country's domestic sea transport system into a more eco-friendly and sustainable model. The meeting brought together a wide range of stakeholders from the maritime sector, including representatives from government agencies, private businesses, and environmental organizations. Key findings from the World Bank study, which focused on reducing the environmental impact of domestic sea transportation, were shared and discussed. Participants were also invited to engage in question and answer session, fostering a collaborative atmosphere for addressing challenges and opportunities. The findings are expected to inform future policies and projects designed to modernize and improve the maritime transport system while prioritizing environmental sustainability. Bank of Maldives BML expands its Islamic banking portfolio with the introduction of the BML Islamic Visa credit card, marking another milestone in Sharia's compliant banking services in the country. The new credit card operates on the Ujra principle, which allows for service fees based on mutual agreement between the bank and customer. Hassan Kalim, Director of Islamic Banking, expressed delight in adding Visa to their Sharia-compliant credit card portfolio. He explained that by combining Visa's global reach with their Islamic banking principles, they aim to provide customers seeking ethical banking solutions with a unique and secure option. Available in 4 tiers, Classic, Gold, Platinum and Signature, the card offers comprehensive coverage for both domestic and international transactions, backed by advanced security features and worldwide merchant acceptance. Cardholders can take advantage of the BML Rewards program, which enable them to earn points on purchases. These points can be redeemed for various travel-related benefits as well as vouchers for local and international merchants. This innovation follows BML Islamic's earlier launch of the country's first Sharia-compliant credit card. We have more news coming up after a short break. Welcome back, and in more local news, Maldives Monetary Authority MMA sets an ambitious target to double the size of the financial sector within the next 5 years. Speaking on MMTV's Bod Khabar, MMA's Governor Ahmad Munawar outlined his vision to strengthen the sector's contribution to the economy. Despite being a multi-billion-dollar tourism destination, Munawar highlighted that the sector's wealth is not reflected in the local banking system as foreign banks dominate and profits flow abroad. Munawar cited Mauritius as an example of successful financial expansion, noting the importance of a stable foreign exchange market and the development of Islamic banking as integral to this goal. Munawar stressed the need for fiscal discipline alongside monetary policy, emphasizing that printing money alone is not a solution. He noted that macroeconomic policy must align with fiscal frameworks to ensure stability and sustainable growth. Maldives' economy, heavily reliant on foreign currency inflows from tourism, faces unique vulnerabilities. As such, Munawar argued that strengthening both fiscal and monetary policies is essential to overcome constraints brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic and ensure resilience in the financial sector. The governor further stated that MMA's target is to revert foreign currency exchange rates at local banks to pre-pandemic 2019 level to ensure greater harmony between fiscal and monetary policies to address the Maldives' economic challenges. Strengthening the Maldives' financial sector is at the forefront of discussions as Central Bank Governor Ahmad Munawar calls for critical reforms to empower local banks. Speaking on MMTV's Bod Khabar, the Governor Munawar shared key insights into how the banking system can better serve the country's economy.
Increase the capital of Maldivian banks, explaining that current requirements are too low to support growth and stability. He emphasized that while foreign banks play a significant role in financing resort development, much of this money flows overseas, limiting the benefits to the local economy. Munawar also called for a greater focus on lending to the tourism industry through local banks, which would keep funds within the country. He revealed that although the Maldives sees annual foreign exchange inflows of over $4.5 billion, only $1.5 billion is deposited into local banks. In addition to these reforms, the governor advocated for a revised foreign currency bill. The proposed legislation aims to modernize the 37-year-old monetary regulations and improve data collection, such as balance of payment statistics and foreign exchange market studies. He explained that these reforms will strengthen monetary policy and reduce reliance on informal currency markets, which have grown since the COVID-19 pandemic. The governor also highlighted Islamic banking as a promising area of growth, urging the development of domestic institutions to address imbalances in the financial sector. Governor Munawar's call for reform underlines the urgent need to empower local banks and ensure that the benefits of the Maldives' growing economy stay within the country. As discussions progress, these proposed changes could mark a turning point for the nation's financial stability and economic resilience.
Maldives is on track to welcome its 2 millionth tourist by 25th December, marking a historic milestone for the nation's tourism sector, according to Tourism Minister Ibrahim Faisal. Minister Faisal announced this during the event celebrating the Maldives winning the world's leading destination award for the 5th consecutive year. The country has already hosted 1.8 million visitors this year, with current daily arrivals surpassing 5,000. November alone saw 139,175 tourists visiting the Maldives, up from 131,517 in the same period last year. This growth has contributed to a 9.2% increase in tourist arrivals compared with last year's figures of 1.65 million visitors. The momentum is expected to strengthen further in December, traditionally the peak tourism month. Last December saw 194,690 arrivals, and officials anticipate even stronger numbers this year. Looking ahead, the Tourism Ministry suggests this figure could reach 2.3 million through expanded marketing initiatives such as boosting promotion in established markets while targeting emerging ones. Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Ihsan emphasizes the importance of instilling integrity in the youth to build a corruption-free society. Minister Ihsan stated this at the second ministerial meeting of anti-corruption law enforcement agencies in the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC) member states. Speaking at the meeting, Minister Ihsan reaffirmed the Maldivian government's commitment to eradicating corruption, highlighting its negative impact on national development and social well-being. He noted that tackling corruption requires international collaboration and that the OIC provides a strong platform to promote best practice. The minister further emphasized the role of youth in fighting against corruption, calling for their active involvement in fostering integrity within society. He also highlighted the importance of new innovations in technology in reducing corruption, noting that corrupt practices can be reduced by ensuring transparency and accountability in government digital platforms. Minister Ihsan also invited OIC member states to participate in the International Forum on Enhancing Integrity in Tourism, which will be held in the Maldives from May 6th to 7th next year. The forum, in collaboration with the Anti-Corruption Commission ACC and the Government of Saudi Arabia, will focus on promoting integrity within the tourism sector. The State Trading Organization STO announces decision to discontinue the acquisition of shares in Fenaka Corporation Limited. This move follows a directive issued by the Ministry of Finance on November 24, 2024. STO's Board of Directors, after reviewing the progress of conditions outlined in the acquisition proposal, resolved to cease all activities related to the transaction. The decision, made official on November 28, 2024, emphasizes STO's compliance with the Ministry's directive and commitment to aligning its operations with government policies. Fenaka Corporation Limited, a state-owned entity, provides utility services across the Maldives. The government initially planned to transfer Fenaka to STO in a bid to resolve the utility's financial difficulties. However, details regarding the specific reasons for the ministry's directive to discontinue the acquisition remain undisclosed. As an alternative, the government's budget proposal for the upcoming year suggests merging Fenaka and STO, replacing the earlier acquisition plan. According to the Finance Ministry, a final decision on the proposed merger will be made next year. Through the announcement, STO has confirmed its compliance with the directive and notified stakeholders and all relevant parties of the decision. Adjustments to STO's strategic plans are expected in due course. This development reflects a change in STO's approach to its state partnership initiatives, prompting interest in how it may influence Fenaka's operational direction and the broader public utilities sector. The Maldives Police Service denies allegations circulating on social media that a police officer was involved in a scam in which a hacked Viber account was used to extort money. The allegations stem from a widely shared social media post which accused an officer of being complicit in the scam and included a photograph of the accused officer. In an official statement, the Maldives Police Service clarified that their investigation has found no evidence linking any police personnel to the fraudulent activities. The scam involved hacking into an individual's Viber account, which was then used to deceive the victim's acquaintances into transferring money. According to the police, 3 related cases have also emerged during the investigation. A total of 10,100 rupiah was stolen from 3 individuals, with the funds being transferred to bank accounts linked to compromised emails and credentials. The police stated that necessary measures were taken after the case was reported, including recovering the hacked Viber account and returning it to its rightful owner. Investigators have also managed to freeze 5,600 rupiah in one of the bank accounts used in the fraud, while efforts continue to recover the remaining funds. As part of the investigation, it was revealed that one of the bank accounts used to process the stolen money belonged to the wife of a police officer. However, the police confirmed that both the account and its associated email had been compromised and were being used by an unknown third party. They emphasized that there is no evidence of any involvement by the officer or his spouse. The Maldives Police Service has expressed concerns about the spread of misinformation, noting that harm it causes to the institution's reputation. They urge the public to refrain from sharing unverified claims and assure that if any evidence of police involvement surfaces, it will be thoroughly investigated. The case is being handled by the Economic Crime Department, which continues to work on recovering the stolen funds and identifying the individuals responsible for the scam. And with that news, we conclude today's news. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for other programs on the channel. Have a wonderful day.